Shalom, this is Yair Davidiy speaking to you from the land of Israel, speaking to you on the behalf of Brit-Am Hebrew nations, an organisation that finds the lost 10 tribes now amongst Western nations. We are here to call upon the world, to call upon the Israelite nations to stop the occupation, the illegal occupation of the land of Israel by Palestinians. Stop the occupation of Palestine. The land of Israel, the whole land of Israel, from the Nile to the Euphrates, was promised to the Israelite nations, to the Israelite peoples, as it says in the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis, chapter 13, it says, beginning from verse 14, the Lord said to Abraham, after Lot had separated from him, now lift up your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward, for all the land that you see, I will give to you and your descendants forever. I will make your descendants as the dust of the earth, so that if anyone can number the dust of the earth, then your descendants can also be numbered. Arise, walk about the land to its length and breadth, for I will give it unto you. So too, the land was promised to Isaac the son of Abraham, and through him he begat Israel, also known as Jacob, and he too received the promise. As we find in Genesis 48, verse 4, and he said to me, behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply, and I will make you a company of peoples. And I will give this land to your descendants forever after you, for an everlasting possession. Chronicles 1:16. He also confirmed the land to Jacob for a statute, for a law, to Israel as an everlasting covenant. Psalms 105 is remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, the covenant which he made with Abraham, the covenant which and his oath to Isaac. Then he confirmed it to Jacob for a statute, to Israel as an everlasting covenant, saying to you, I will give the land of Canaan as a portion of your inheritance. This land, the land of Israel, stretching from the Nile to the Euphrates, has been promised as an everlasting covenant, as an everlasting bondage through God to his people, as a bonding between us, as an oath that God had made to the Israelite peoples, that this land always belonged to the Israelite peoples, always belonged to those peoples who remained on the land and were identified as Israelites. The Jewish people is the Israelite nation, as it is recognizable. They have a right to all of the land, and they are now dwelling on part of the land which was once known as Palestine. Palestine historically was the area which is now Gaza, Sinai, Gaza and Judah and Samaria, and also the present-day state of Israel. All that area was part of Palestine in historical sense, as well as Jordan. And much of this land is now occupied by squatters, illegal aliens. The Jews were on this land. The Jews settled in the land. The Jews were fruitful and multiplied in the land. They had kingdoms here. The whole of Judaism, all of the laws and the culture and everything which makes Jews what they are. The Jewish nation was formed in the land of Israel. And before them, they were part of the 10 tribes. The 10 tribes were exiled, but they too were also descendants of the 10 tribes, also attached themselves to Judah. But Judah and the 10 tribes together had claims, God-given claims to all of the land. They were exiled from the land, and alien peoples came in and settled there. Alien peoples from the surrounding nations. I don't know, they came in, they squatted in the land, or they were brought into the land. They were not illegal occupants of the land, temporary sojourners in the area. And they came in and they settled here. And afterwards the Arabs conquered them and forced them to become Muslims. And once you become a Muslim, everything belongs to you. Everything belongs to the Muslims according to the Muslims. History begins with Islam. That's what the Arabs say. It doesn't really matter. They have their own psychology, their own way of looking at things which are incorrect. And so they can say what they like. The bottom line is that they are illegal. They are occupying the land of Israel. They're occupying Palestine. Palestine is another name for the land of Israel. The land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. The land of Israel belongs to the Israelite nation. These people, these Palestinians, are illegal occupants of it. They have to be taken away. They have to be persuaded to go elsewhere. They're quite welcome to be whatever they are, to think as they like, to do what they like, I suppose. In other places, they can go to Germany. Germany takes in millions of Syrians. They can take in a few more. They can go to other places in Europe. They can go to South America. They can go to Mexico. They can go to Brazil. They can go to Argentina. There are a lot of places where there's room for them and where they could settle in quite comfortably, and where they already have large settlements of their kinfolk who are already there and are succeeding, and they could succeed alongside them. They don't have to be here. They don't have to be here. They don't have to be in the land of Israel. They don't have to be in Jordan, which is also occupied land, which belongs to Israel. But the people of the West Bank, the Arabs living in those regions, in Judah and Samaria, and also the people in Jordan, can be taken and moved out. So the Jews can take over that area and live there because it belongs to them, because they do better with it, because that is what God wants. That is the commandment of the Almighty, that they should be in that region. And this is what is needed to be done. These peoples, these illegal occupants who are occupying Palestine, should be persuaded to move out. And you can even do it peacefully, give them money and encourage them. If the world would agree to it, and if the Jewish people also would be inclined in that direction, a good deal of the work could be done peacefully and in harmony, in agreement with the local Palestinians, many of whom would gladly leave if they were given the opportunity. A little bit of encouragement, a little bit of financial incentive, a little bit of positive feeling towards them, and they would gladly move to another area, and they are welcome to do so. And their being there is, why are they being there? They're being there because the Arab nations want to use them against the Jewish people. The Arab nations don't really care for their welfare, doesn't really matter to them what happens to them. They want to use the presence of the Palestinians in order to attack and injure the Jewish people. And so do the peoples of the world also cry out about all the so-called injustices, most of which are not correct. Most of the cry out about the oppression of the Palestinians, or the Palestinians having had their lands taken away from them, and all kinds of fanciful stories like that, because they want to get at the Jews. That is the truth. Since the Holocaust, it has not been so fashionable as it used to be. It's been less socially acceptable as it used to be anti-Jewish. But it is very socially acceptable to be against the Israelis and to think and act and be forward concerning the Palestinians and their so-called rights to stop the occupation of the Israelis of the Palestinian lands, whereas justice says that it should be the opposite way. So this is just another way for the same old haters of the Jewish people to get at the Jewish people through using the Palestinians as tools. And this is bad for them. It's not good for them. It is oppressive towards them. In the long term, it is inimical, harmful towards them. And therefore, it should be stopped. Stop the occupation of Palestine. Stop the occupation of the Palestinians. Move the Palestinians away. Stop the occupation now. Thank you.